Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy FREE coming back with it again. What's going on? Haven't did one of these for you guys for a while. I just been doing my thing, you know. I don't know if you have seen my channel. You know, I'm been keeping zoot with the music, been dropping beats left and right. Kind of been trying to get a little freestyle flex on them every now and then. You know, that's what's good, man. That's what Freestyle Steve does. But I've been wanting to get back into my games, you know, the whole gaming thing and whatnot. I'm trying to get me a gaming computer or laptop of some sorts. I'm getting closer, you know, you just gotta save and save and save, and that's the grind, you know, just getting closer. So hopefully I'll get one nice computer, you know, gaming desktop computer that I can play with here soon, you know. But I haven't been doing any gaming for you guys lately, but I just thought I'd go ahead and get into something that I was having an issue with for quite a while. This might be a quick little fix for you know, some people that might be in the same boat. Now, you know, I don't know if everybody that's you know, in this situation here had probably have remedied this by now, but basically with RetroArch, I noticed, you know, when you play some games, some ROMs or whatever you have scanned in there, and upon trying to, I guess you could say, you know, save your state, do a save state, sometimes it don't work. Let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and get into this. Watch, let's go ahead and restart. I'll just give you an example. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and play Bad Dudes here. I'll be this dude. I haven't played this forever. But yeah, like I was saying, the save state, you'll see what I mean. I'm gonna go ahead and try to beat this level, or maybe like, yeah, I guess try to beat it, get to the second level, and do a save state. And for some reason, it seems like it wants to work, but then it'll like go up to the like counter like 100% or whatever, and it'll stick, and it won't actually save the game. And you know, I didn't look on the forum or anything. I just kind of was looking through the settings, and I think I kind of came across it myself on just a quick. Yeah, I'm getting ripped up here. I'm already gonna. Oh, already tasted dirt. So yeah, I didn't look on the forums or anything. I mean, it probably is a simple fix. I imagine that this might have been an issue, you know, for more than one person for quite a while. So, you know, I was just looking at and you know, there's quite a bit of options and menus in RetroArch. You know, there's like tons. There's even a specific option, you know, that does say saving, and you would think to mess with your save states or get them to work or whatnot, that, you know, you would go to that option. Well, I messed with everything there, and I never was really able to figure it out, you know. And what it ended up being is it's an option in the directory. Oh, he killed me. Dang. And even if I continue, it don't continue me from him, which is bummer. I better play right. Okay. This is just kind of like a hard game, you know? It's those guys with the stars. I don't know if I could block them or... Oh man. Okay, maybe we'll do a little better on this run. These guys come so... Oh, here we go. Okay. Maybe I'll actually beat him. Oh, I came close, guys. Okay, but anyway, let's just continue, I guess. I'm gonna get, like, yeah, we're gonna do this. I should have picked an easier game. Well, let's just get to him, and then we'll say, instead of trying to beat him, you know, and then we'll try to save there. It's not doing his kick. I'm trying to, like, jump and kick, and it's weird how it works. Okay. Okay, we'll get him, guys. Okay, watch. So anyway, I'll try to save. So we'll leave it at save state slot 0. So I'll go ahead and click save state. So see how on the bottom it says it just stays stuck at 0% or whatever, 100% saving state. I'm sure this is an issue that, you know, some people have had besides myself. Okay. So we're actually going to beat him. I'm just going to beat him. No, maybe I'm not. He beat me. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and exit. We'll restart. Okay, so now if you want, see it still says saving state. Like even if I close the close content. Okay, see how it's stuck on the bottom left there? It says 0% saving state or 100%, and maybe it's missing the 1 and the other 0. So if I go to run here, okay, you know, it's going to start the game from the beginning again. Excuse me, guys. So now, if you want to run, you know, if you want to try to load the state, of course, you go to your in-game menu thing there. So then if I press load state, watch what happens. It doesn't load anything. It just goes back to the game. You know, it tells me 0% saving state, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And I mean, even if you close, you know, actually close the game. And I'm getting to this menu right here, guys, but, you know, you have to go to your input here and right here. Menu toggle gamepad combo. You know, there's a couple of options that it lets you choose to get to that menu once you load your game and you need to get back to this menu. You know, you go and set it here, and once you get, you know, once you set this up to get to this menu, this is where it presents you with you know, all your options for saving states, loading states, and all that stuff. So okay, but anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So, you know, we'll go ahead and quit RetroArch. Okay, and then after we quit RetroArch, we'll go ahead and let's load it again. Alright guys, so yeah, so upon loading RetroArch, what you want to do is, you know, as you can see here, there's so many, I guess you could say, menus and categories and options of menus and, you know, submenus and whatnot. So, you know, you could just keep looking through. At, you know, at first thought, and what most people would think, they would think you would have to go to here, you know, obviously change saving settings, and I'm not sure, you know, what any of this stuff is. I mean, you know, I had at one time had thought maybe it was the auto save state and auto load state, as you can see there on the bottom, but that never worked, you know, so I don't know if it was that, but it's nothing to do with here. If you're getting, you know, the issue of what I just showed you, if you're playing a game and you're trying to save your state in the game and it's not saving for you, you know, it shows on the bottom where it'll show like, it looks almost like 0%, which I'm thinking it might have went through the, you know, the percent progress bar there and it got to 100%. If if you're seeing that, and then it sticks on the screen, as you've seen, I went ahead and exited the game and actually tried to load the state, and it just went back to the game. But that, whatever percent, 0, 100% complete on the bottom left, it's stuck on the screen. So obviously there is an issue there with, something with the save state. So at first, like me, you might, be looking through these menus and want to figure it out yourself, or these menus, options, whatever. Upon first, thought, I seen saving, so I thought it was that, and I never figured it out. But it's not that, guys. Upon just looking through it more, I came across this, I guess you could say this menu here, the directory menu. So, this tells you change default directories where files are located. So you want to go ahead and go to this directory menu. And I would, unless you know what you're doing here, which, I can't say I do, but fortunately I got luckily enough just to, mess with this setting here, and it has seemed to remedy my save state issue, and it doesn't seem to have affected any other issues when playing any other games whatsoever. So that's good. But yeah, this directory is definitely, you don't want to tinker too much here unless you're an advanced user and you know what you're doing. Then, go ahead and tinker to your heart's content. But this is stuff that's probably, actually probably messing with some of this stuff can maybe boink your RetroArch here. Might put you in a worse position than you're in. So you don't want to mess with this stuff too much unless you definitely know what you're doing. But if you look at the I guess if you want to look at the options here, and then next to them there's, like, I guess you could say, well, for example, this, the first one listed says system, / BIOS, and then it tells you sets the system directory. Cores can query for this directory to load BIOSes, system specific configs, etc. So then, like stuff like that, obviously, that might be a little bit above, some of our heads, most of us probably, and, we definitely, well, probably not most of us. There's probably people that use RetroArch that are, very tech savvy. I mean, you have to kind of be a little bit, I'm not going to say, I guess I can. You have to kind of be a little bit tech savvy to know how to run something like this. But anyway, this directory is more advanced for the lot of us, really. But like I said, upon getting in here, you can see how it's set up. On the left, it looks like we got, I'm going to say, the different categories within the directory. And on the right, it almost looks like, that says content directory. So maybe that's like the directory to where it's stored, the storage directory. But, you can keep scrolling down and you can change all these too. But, I would definitely, like I said, I don't advise messing with this stuff unless you, know what you're doing. So as you can see, system BIOS, it says content directory. Obviously, other than the save state issue that that we're trying to fix here, that I showed you guys, everything else within this RetroArch is working fine for me, So you don't want to mess with that. Downloads, I didn't mess with any of this. I've left it all the way it is, default. You definitely don't want to mess with any of the core directories, because those are what runs your game. You set a wrong directory, then your core is not going to run. So you have quite a few. You can just keep scrolling down, keep scrolling. There's graphics related stuff, filters and video shader, overlay, screenshot, whatnot. Okay, but what I came across, guys, is, now this is what caught my attention. Scroll down, and then okay, I see a save file and a save state. And if you notice the directories on, and it tells you what the save file is about. Save all save files to this directory. If not set, we'll try to save inside the content files working directory. So it's defaulting to the content directory for the save file. And then look what's on the bottom. Save state. That's exactly what we're trying to do here, is, fix our save state issue. So the save state says save all save states to this directory. If not set, we'll try to save inside the content files working directory. So once again, you know, they defaulted to the content directory. But what I notice is if you look at some of these directories, there is one that comes up, this data user whatever. Let's see, what is it? Data user 0 com retroarch, or whatever you want to call it. Data /user /0 / com retroarch. So if you notice, that comes up in a lot of them. Look at, other than the ones that say default and content directory, you see this data, you know, retroarch blah 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 user.com directory. So what I did was I actually went to the save file option, you know, and look what happens when I press the A button. Look at the first directory on the top. What is it? It's the data /user /0 / com .retroarch directory. And if you notice, you know, that's some of the other directories. So what I did here is you're going to go to save file. You know, you press the A button to get your once you're on save file, you'll go ahead and press your A button. This is on the Shield controller, and it opens up this little section where I have, you know, a couple other choices there. But remember, as we had seen, you know, this /data /user /0 / com .retroarch, I guess you could say directory. This content directory seems to be in use for some of the other options under the directory menu as well. So if you press A again, and you know, you come over here, it says parent directory. You go down and use this directory. So if you go to where it says use this directory and press A, now look what my directory is. My directory isn't the content directory anymore. It is switched over to the data /user /0, you know, that directory. So now we got the save file switched to that. So now let's go ahead and switch our save state. So we'll go ahead and go here. Same thing, you know, press the A button, opens this little menu here. You know, once again, the data user 0 com retroarch content directory is our top directory. You know, you press A again. Okay, it gets you to this second screen where it has all these options, you know, parent directory, use this directory, a lot of options under use this directory. We once again go to use this directory. I will press the A button and boom. So now if you can see, my save file is on the RetroArch directory and my save state is on the same directory as well. So now we should be good. So now we'll go ahead, you know, I exited out, see if they don't go back to content directory. So that is the, I don't know if you necessarily need to change the save file, you know, as we are working with the save state. The save state option here might be the only one you need to change, but you know, since they both were basically showing content directory, and you know, it seems like they might kind of, I guess you could say, intertwine, work together. I put them both as this RetroArch directory. So now check it out, guys. So now we'll go ahead and go back to Bad Dudes. We'll go ahead and run it. You know, let's start the game. Boom, boom. And what I'll do is, you know, I'm not going to try to beat that guy. You know, unfortunately, I haven't played this game for about 20 years. Never was really good at it, just when I remember growing up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We are going to get to that boss guy, and I'm going to go ahead and do a save state just to show you how that works, you know. I didn't want this video to be long. I kind of wanted it to be, you know, short and to the point, but, you know, playing this kind of took some time, and then just explaining it took a little time, but I think it's going to be shorter than I'm thinking it is going to be, which is good. I just wish I would have went a little shorter, but that's okay, you know. This is, we'll go ahead and get it done here, you know. Okay, so we're almost to this guy. Almost here, guys. Almost there. Okay, so now I'll go to my menu. Okay, now see it says state slot is 0. You know, you can change that too. You can change that to, you know, I don't know how many it gives you, but there's quite a few. You know, I'll leave it on 0 as that's the seems to be the first, you know, default slot, I guess. Okay, so we're on 0. Now here's where the magic happens. Save state. Save a state to the currently selected slot. So now if I hit the A button, you know, it'll go ahead and go through the save state progress, you know, which it'll lead me back to the game and show that it's saving the state. Just like it did earlier when we had tried to do a save state prior to this one, but you'll see that it'll show the progress on the bottom and it'll actually say 100% complete, and then, you know, it won't stick on the screen. So let's go ahead and do this. Watch. Okay, see how it said 100% saved the slot 0 and it's not stuck on my screen anymore? So now, let's just say I'm like, okay, I want to, you know, we'll go ahead and restart. So now if we restart, I hit restart, resume. Okay, you know, it's going to, of course, restart the game for us. Now, here's where the fun happens. So if I go ahead and go back to my menu, and if I go to load state, remember we were in state 0, now, you know, it should load me. Look where we're at. Cool, guys. Ain't that cool? So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a quick, you know, do a quick video. I had that issue when I first got into RetroArch, and it was kind of annoying, you know, and I like to figure out things. Well, we'll go ahead and quit. But, you know, I had that issue when I first started messing with RetroArch, and I'm the type that, you know, I don't like to sit there and look through forums and whatnot. I like to figure stuff out myself, and my problem you know, at first was I kept thinking, okay, does it have something, you know, saving, does it have something to do with some of these options here? But, you know, I tried it with all of them on, with the first one on, with the last one on, with like I mean, I tried like every combination here, and, you know, it was just, it never worked. And then until I just started looking, you know, myself, came across this directory menu, went ahead and scrolled down and seen that and said, okay, that probably has something to do with my save state, but now what do I set that to? And, you know, upon looking at some of these other, I guess you could say directories, as you can see, this data user 0 com.retroarch directory comes up quite a bit, you know, and so does default and content directory. But remember, we were on content directory for our save file and save state. So, you know, once I went ahead and, you know, pressed the A button, went here, you know, set it to the data user RetroArch directory, that remedied our problem, you know, our save state problem. So once again, I'll go ahead and, you know, load the game. You get to your menu, which, like I showed you, it's that menu toggle gamepad combo. You can choose whatever you want to get to your menu. I make it easy for myself. It's just, you know, the left analog thumb click, right analog thumb click. So I'll click both of them down. Menu opens. Then I'll go to my state. You remember, if it was a different state, now say it was state 1, you would go state 1, state 2, whatever. But since it's on state 0, you know, I'll go to state 0, go to load state, boom, there we go. So, alright guys, that's cool. I just thought I'd, you know, shed a little light on that. I think most people that might have, you know, been getting into RetroArch and had this issue by now, you know, they probably went and searched through the forums, or probably just figured it out themselves. But if you haven't, that's how I remedy the situation, and I hope it works for you guys. Alright, it's your boy FREE. I'm out. Peace, guys. Word.